Bitcoin bulls continue to look weak, flaccid, neutered, but we all know that they rarely stay that way for long. We've seen some buying interest in this area, but price continues to drop. I'm going to take a look at the Bitcoin and Ethereum charts and all the news that's driving the market. Let's go. What is up, everybody? I'm Scott Melker, also known as the Wolf of All Streets. Before we get started, I have to ask you to subscribe to the channel. Hit that thumbs up, like button right down below. As I mentioned in the intro, we've seen a little bit of bounce from Bitcoin, but not that much, and it continues to correct. Every single little show of demand is met by supply and sellers continuing to push price down. It looks like it's consolidating. Will it drop again? Will it go up again? Nobody knows for sure, but let's take a look at the chart and the news. Now, first, we have the daily chart for Bitcoin. Listen, this would be one of the most epic resistance to support flips of all time at 41,986. As you can see, that was the end of the humongous move up when Bitcoin broke its previous all-time high around 20,000 before weeks of consolidation that was eventually ended by the Tesla pump. When Tesla announced that they had bought $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin, it sent price absolutely flying out of that zone. And now we're back here to retest it. Elon got us up, and some people believe Elon got us right down. Can it be this easy? Can it be this simple? Well, usually it's not, but maybe this time will be different, and we will see just a very clean resistance to support flip at 41,986. Now, zooming into the 4-hour chart, we can see that we have had increased volume down here with some of the larger candles being buying volume that all looked like hammers. But those were followed by action down and not much follow through on buying. Still, though, we do have this descending channel. Technically and statistically, that should break to the upside up here, go like this, and take us back to around the 51,000 to 52,000 level. That said, when you're in a descending channel, price can go down and stay in that descending channel. I've talked about the area on the daily chart between 37,000 and 39,000. Well, if we came down to test the bottom of this channel, we could easily get there before popping back up. There would be no surprises here. What I'm kind of feeling like might happen, and it's just a gut instinct, is one more big push down, a flush where we see price break below the 40,000 level down into the high 38,000s, a big wick taking us back up, and then price skyrocketing to new highs. Very important to note, we still only have a 35% correction now from the top. Par for the course for the history of Bitcoin. The average during a bull market is about 36% if you leave out the drop that took 3 years from the highs at 20,000. Let's take a look at the line chart. One of the most annoying RSI closes of all time, I have to say, on the daily. We had the low here and we had potential bullish divergence, and it closed just low enough not to give us any potential bullish divergence, but just high enough not to be oversold. As you know, we have not been oversold since last March of 2020, and we've been overbought many times. You expect RSI to go back and forth between overbought and oversold. It eventually always makes the trip. So now we are potentially dipping into oversold, but it would have been great to see it happen yesterday, or to at least have the chance of bullish divergence before heading up. Now listen, as you can see here on the 4-hour chart, we had lots of bullish divergence here, all the way here, and we could get it again right here with this making a lower low. I don't know, we'll see. But we also have had hidden bearish divergence with higher highs on RSI and lower highs on price each time. It's a battle right now. Bull div, hidden bear div, bull div, hidden bear div. Which one will win? You never know. In the past, these bull divs have generally played out as bottoms, but as I've said, they can build and take quite a long time. But I would hate to see them completely invalidated, because that would really be a violation of history. So right now we're still in a waiting pattern, I think, for Bitcoin to make its next move, either to break out of the channel and head back to the low 50,000s where we can judge, or to just break down between these lows and get it over with, as a lot of people seem to be wanting. Ethereum, Bitcoin still looks bullish to me. There's absolutely nothing here not to like. We have a break of this descending line. We have the confirmed inverse head and shoulders. We have the rounding bottom, and we still should be eventually heading up to the highs. That said, it's been moving hot. I would not be surprised to see a bit of retracement before it heads back up. On the USD pair, same thing. I mean, no surprises that we're finally seeing some retracement after the move up to almost 4,400. If I was looking to buy at this point and got lucky. 26.46 seems like a good area of support where if we get that flush, you could potentially look to buy and hope to catch a knife on the way up. Tons of volume on Ethereum. This does not quite look like a blow off top yet, considering that the volume is not as high on the buying. I think we're just in a healthy correction here, healthy retracement. And Ethereum on the USD pair is only dropping because Bitcoin is dropping because, as I showed you, Ethereum BTC still looks really good. Now let's dive into a bit of the news. Bitcoin price could hit 29K next, warns CNBC Chartmaster. We all know that CNBC has been the greatest counter indicator in the history of Bitcoin. That may or may not be the truth this time. Someone even made a TradingView indicator once that showed every time CNBC tweeted something bearish, how price went up, or how they tweeted something bullish, more likely price went down. So what he's saying here is he thinks we're in support. It's fighting, but his hunch is it goes lower. Yes, we are sitting right above that support that I showed, but it does look a bit weak and it could go down. He said a 55% drop from current all-time highs would mean Bitcoin USD bottoms out at just above 29,000. Why 55%? Because that's the average since 2011 of every correction in a bull market. But that includes that 2017 drop. As I said, if you remove that, the average is more like 36%, and we are at 35%. Bitcoin chart indicator suggests worst of pullback may be over. Experienced hands look to be buying the dip as a key Bitcoin price indicator suggests the pullback may be coming to an end. This is RSI on the weekly has dropped down to a level of 53. We know that 50 on the RSI is generally the break point between bullish and bearish, just like you have sort of a center range on any channel on your chart. Well, it's right at 53%, which has historically been solid support and marked an end of corrective pullbacks. That was true all through 2016 and all through 2017 and could be true here. But yet again, it's just another potential signal for people who care about that particular signal. And it does not mean that this correction is necessarily over, but definitely important to note. Coinbase to raise $1.25 billion via debt securities for institutional investors. Interesting here because we all know that Coinbase opted out of an IPO because they didn't need cash. And now because the stock has performed badly, they are raising cash. They're only raising it for people who manage a minimum of 100 million in securities. But so they're only raising this note, which will pay interest from really big institutional investors. But it is important to note that they are now raising cash because the stock has underperformed. Here it says, some analysts judge that Coinbase's share price is likely to decline to as low as $100, claiming that the company is unlikely to meet the future profit expectations baked into the stock price. If that happens, I will be living permanently underwater on the bottom of the sea because, as you know, I have been buying Coinbase stock and have a cost basis of around $275. I would love to see this go up. I believe in Coinbase as a long-term investment personally and will continue to buy the dip, but I would hate to see it at $100. Fox teams up with Rick and Morty co-creator on animated NFT series. Fox will launch a non-fungible token marketplace for its upcoming animated series, Crapopolis. That's a hilarious name for a show. Fox Broadcasting Company has teamed up with Rick and Morty co-creator Dan Harmon to develop what they describe as the first ever animated series curated entirely on the blockchain. What that means remains to be seen, but certainly will affect the advertisers who will be moving into the NFT space. Just really cool to see us reaching such levels of mainstream adoption with blockchain technology. Guys, I will be on Making Money with Charles Payne on Fox Business today at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, some point between 2 and 3, talking crypto. If you do have it on your TV, please tune in. Once again, hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. Check out my newsletter down in the description and check out Femex. And until you see me on Fox, peace.